Hans in Luck. By Brothers Grimm. Once there was a man called Hans who didn't want to work hard, but out of fear of his master, he faithfully served him for 7 years. At the end of the 7th year, he asked his owner for his wages. The owner, being a good man, rewarded him with a large silver ball for his loyalty and service. The next day, the man set off on his journey back to his village. However, as the sun rose, he grew tired from carrying the heavy silver ball. His pace slowed down, and he envied a man riding a horse and enjoying a joyful ride. He wished he had a horse like him so he wouldn't have to worry about walking long distances for the rest of his life. Unknowingly, his words reached the horse rider's ears, and the rider decided to cheat him. He proposed exchanging his horse for the silver ball, as in those days, bartering was common. Without thinking, Hans agreed and gave away his more valuable silver ball for the horse. Once Hans mounted the horse, it took off at full speed and caused him to fall into muddy water. Hans grew angry at the horse because his blue coat got dirty. Fortunately, a milkman came to his aid and helped him clean up. Hans noticed a polite cow standing nearby and expressed his admiration to the milkman. He envied the milkman for having such a gentle and productive animal that provided milk for him to drink and make butter. The milkman saw an opportunity and suggested exchanging the cow for the majestic horse. Delighted, Hans happily agreed and acquired the cow. With his new companion, Hans walked happily, knowing he could now enjoy fresh milk whenever he was hungry. After a while, he became thirsty and decided to milk his cow. He tied the cow to a tree and tried to milk it, but there was no milk. He tried again and again, but the cow got angry and kicked him in the face. Scared, he thought that animals are not polite. He then entered to the market and saw a butcher coming with a fat pig. He thought to himself, "What a big fat pig! If I have this pig, I can cut it and dry its flesh to use for a whole year." He approached the butcher and asked if he could exchange his cow for the pig. The butcher happily accepted the deal and they exchanged animals. Hans was happy with his new pig and walked into a village. There, he encountered an old man with a goose. The cunning old man accused Hans of being a thief who stole the pig, claiming that it belonged to a villager. Hans explained how he acquired the pig, but the old man insisted that he was pitiful. The old man proposed a trade, taking the pig and giving Hans a goose instead. Unaware of being deceived, Hans accepted the goose and continued on his way. Thinking that this trade was also good, Hans believed that he would enjoy eating goose more than pig. He also planned to use the goose's soft, beautiful white feathers to make pillows for a good night's sleep. As he was contemplating, he heard a song and discovered an old man sitting in front of his house, grinding a stone and singing happily. Curious, Hans asked the old man how he could be so happy at his age without any worries. The old man told Hans that the magical stone he was grinding would always bring happiness. Without hesitation, Hans asked if he could exchange his goose for the stone. The old man immediately agreed to the deal and they exchanged items. Hans carried the heavy stone, feeling neither happy nor satisfied. He was exhausted and frustrated. As he was crossing the river, the stone slipped from his grasp and fell into the water. Finally, Hans felt a sense of relief as he no longer had to bear the weight. He crossed the river and returned home empty-handed. Due to his laziness and poor decision-making, Hans lost the wages he had worked hard for over 7 years. If he had been more attentive and brought the silver ball home, he could have become a wealthy man in his village. However, his lack of motivation and common sense caused him to lose everything. Similarly, in our own lives, we will encounter situations where our dreams may not align with our expectations. Instead of persevering and working hard, we often give up and settle for easier tasks, unknowingly forfeiting the hidden treasures that await us. Therefore, it is crucial to be determined in everything we do and carefully consider our decisions. Otherwise, we risk losing everything, just like Hans.
Picture Book English.